Hey there everybody, my name is Keno and welcome back to our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode series here on the channel. Now the last episode we went through the offseason and we got to the 10 game mark of this season and it's been a little rocky. We've had some decent wins and then some pretty bad losses. We're currently 6-4-0 on the season and it's mostly, if I have to say so myself, because of our goaltending. Now, if we take a look at the goaltenders here, we currently have Primo slated to start. He hasn't played yet this season, but if we look at Adin Hill, our new big free agent signing that we had in the offseason, we signed him for 2 years at $4.5 million, and he's only got an .878 save percentage. Now, he's played 5 games, so there's definitely some room to improve there, but it's not a very good look so far. I mean, I could run him until he gets better, but that might jeopardize our season. And if you have a rocky start to a season, it can really put you in the gutter quickly. And then we look at Fleury, 884 through 7 games. He's gotten 3 wins, but an 884 and an 878, I think it was for Hill. Yeah, an 878, not looking good. Now, that doesn't mean Primo is going to do any better. He could struggle, and if that's the case, maybe it is further than a goaltending issue. But we're going to go here. We're going to go game by game for the next little bit because this is going to be something thorough that I take very seriously. I do not want to struggle for the first 2 months of this season. It's not a good look. It will put you down in the standings, and when you get down in the standings, it's really hard to climb yourself back out of it. So here against the Florida Panthers here, we're going to do Cayden Primo's first start of the season. Let's see how we do. First period. And we're down 1-0. A power play goal by Taylor Hall puts the Panthers up. Shots are 11-10 in favor of the Panthers, and the score is currently 1-0 in favor of them as well. So not a bad period. Not a great period either. Second period. That's a great period. That's a great period. A power play goal by Doc ties this up. Then Newhook and Yalanen add goals. It is now 3-1 in favor of your Montreal Canadiens. And the Panthers only had 2 goals, or 2 shots that period. They only had 2 shots that period. We had 18. They had 2. Shots are 3-1. We completely controlled play there. Let's see. Can we keep it up? Third period. And we do. They end up getting about 11 shots that period. I can't even do the math, but Emil Heineman adds a power play goal, and it ends 4-1 for your Montreal Canadiens. All right, so that's a good way to start this video. That's a good way. We're going to quick sim these next few games. We're going to take it seriously. Let me get Marchessault back in the lineup, and I'll be right back with you. All right, now, there is a sacrifice. I didn't want to take Heineman out of the lineup. He's done pretty well with 3 points in 4 games. Even though he's a -2, he's done pretty well. So I did take Harvey Pinard out of the lineup. He was doing decently, 3 points in 11 games, but we're going to hope that maybe Heineman, Evans, and Yalanen can contribute better than Harvey Pinard did on that 4th line. But let's see, against the San Jose Sharks here, game 12 of the season. We're going to quick sim this one, and it's a nice 4-0 win. 2 great games by Primo. Holy crap. Okay. Against the LA Kings here, who are struggling to start their season. They haven't played 10 games yet, but we'll see how we do against them. Game 13 of the season. Kirby Dax out with a mild concussion just for the rest of this week. We're just going to replace player. It's a 7-2 loss, so not a great game. We're here on the day of my birth, November 8th, against the Columbus Blue Jackets here. Let's see, quick sim this one. And it's another loss. Okay, so a 7-6 loss following a 7-2 loss. And Primo's first 2 games are completely obliterated. That is so rough. He would have had such a great save percentage. I should have checked it. We're going to go back to Adin Hill here, put Marc-Andre Fleury in the backup seat and see what happens here. Game 15 of the season against a divisional rival in the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, luckily, we are still up in the standings because the rest of our division is kind of struggling. So that's kind of good for us, but let's see. Against the Tampa Bay Lightning here, going to quick sim this one. Nick Suzuki is now out with a mild concussion for the rest of the week. That's not good. That's not bueno. Kirby Dack is back. He probably took that first line position. He did. So we're going to keep him there for the next little bit and see how things go. Against the New York Islanders here in game 16 of the season, or game 7. That was game 16. We lose 4-2 after winning 3-1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So wins and losses, not liking the look of it. Not liking the look of it. Game 17 of the season. Also, we're going to struggle when we don't have Suzuki. Game 17 against the Nashville Predators. Going to quick sim this one. And it's another win for Hill. So he's getting his footing now. He's getting his groove. And Nick Suzuki's back in. Let me edit these lines quickly. All right, Suzuki's back on the top line. Doc's back on the second line. Everything's looking good now. Let's see how we do against the San Jose Sharks here. Game 18, I believe, of the season. Yeah, it's game 18 of the season. We're currently top of our division. So if we can keep these wins going and at least keep a 6-3-0 or 6-4-0 or 7-3-0 record through our last 10, then we'll be good. So against the San Jose Sharks here, Yuri Lasilla is back in the AHL. That's fine, and it's a 4-3 win. Okay, so things are turning around. We're digging ourselves out of that slow start, and we're kind of getting ourselves going here. Up against the Colorado Avalanche, how do we do in game 19 of the season? It's a 7-4 loss. That's not a good look. And again, I follow my rule of 2, so 2 losses in 3 games, and the goalie gets switched out. Let's see how we do against the Arizona Coyotes here in game 20 of the season. We're going to slow sim this one. We're going to jump right into this one, getting things moving here. Against the Coyotes, first period. And it's 1-0 lead. A power play goal by our rookie newcomer, Seth Shelley, puts us up. Shots are 9 apiece, but we currently have the lead. Second period. And we dominate. Seth Shelley adds another goal in the power play after Reinbacher gets us on the board early in the second. Another goal by Nick Suzuki, and then another one by Kirby Dach with under 2 minutes to go in the second period. We currently lead 5-0, shots 28-19 in favor of your Montreal Canadiens. Now, third period, and the score stands. We outshoot them 41-32, but they took 32 shots that Hill turned away every single one of them. Very impressive play by the new goalie. He has really turned it around. I want to see how he's doing now. We're 20 games into the season. We'll take a look at how everyone's stats are shaping up so far into the season. So Newhook with 16 points in 20 games. Nick Suzuki is killing it so far, 25 points in 18 games. Cole Caulfield with 22 points in 20 games. So the 12 goals, I want him to have more goals, but I think he's starting to get his groove. I think he's starting to do well. He's got an even plus minus, but no penalty minutes, so he's kind of just an all-out offense player. On the second line, Yuri Slafkovsky with 11 points in 20 games, so maybe he gets his groove going. He's off to a little bit of a slower start than last season. Sean Farrell with 12 points in 20 games, and Kirby Dach with 15 points in 18 games. So he's still doing great, but the rest of that second line is a little lackluster. Marchessault with 13 points in 16 games, pretty damn good for the veteran third liner. 12 points in 20 games for Seth Shelley. So do I send him down? Do I give him more ice time? What do I do here? He's a -7. Maybe we do something like this for the next few games and see how he does. I'll give him till game 24, because if he has a chance of getting a Calder, I want to give him that opportunity. And then Waugh here with 14 points in 20 games, so he's doing decently. And then on the fourth line, Heineman's an 84, so that's impressive. He's got 6 points in 13 games. Jake Evans got 7 points in 20 games, and Yolonen's got 7 points in 20 games. So pretty good contributions from that fourth line still. Defensively, Caden Gooley with 8 points in 20 games, and Forsling with 1 point in 20 games with a +8. Lane Hudson with 22 points in 20 games, so he is doing great for us as a rookie. 7 points in 20 games for Reinbacher, so he's only had 2 points in the last 10 games. Arbor Jacki with 3 points in 20 games, so I don't think he's had any points recently. He's starting to get a lot of penalty minutes. And then Barron is off to a rough start, 5 points in 20 games. That's not what you want to see, honestly. I might bump up Hudson. We'll do Gooley, Reinbacher as the starting line, Hudson, Forsling as that top line. And then goalies Hill, up to a 900 save percentage now with 7 wins in 12 games. He has really bounced back. That's what I'd like to see. Very impressive play here. Up against the Florida Panthers here in game 21 of the season. Gonna quick sim this one, see if we can keep our streak going, and we don't. He has a terrible freaking game. Okay, again, back to that rule of 2. I think he did lose the game before that. Let's keep him here against the Detroit Red Wings and then switch him out if he loses here. So against Detroit Red Wings, game 21 of the season, I believe. Game 22 of the season. Let's see how we do. Riley Kidney is back in the AHL, and we lose 8-2 there as well. As soon as I say something, we do terribly. I think it's mixing up the defensive lines as well. Maybe that didn't work. Seth Shelley has been terrible on that second line. Man, I can play him out and see how he does, but that's 2 really rough games. Aiden Hill just fell right back into the crapper there as far as save percentage. The team just lost. We're outscored 16-4 in our last 2 games. How does that happen? How does that just so simply happen? We gotta make some movements here, but I don't know what to do. Newhook, Suzuki, and Caulfield are doing great. Oh no, they're actually allowing a lot of goals against. How did Hudson do? He was yeah, he didn't do too well with Forsling on that top line. So we're gonna keep it going here. I might put Jacki and Reinbacher on that second pair, and then maybe no, that doesn't even work. Hudson can't be on that top line. He let everything past him. I can't put him on the third line either, so he's got to stay there. So we can do Jack Reinbacher as that top pair. Hudson Barron, no, doesn't work. We're going to try it. Hudson Barron as the second line, but Caden Gooley and Gustav Forsling will get that starting line on the third line. And then we're going to go back to Marc-Andre Fleury and net. But our goalies are kind of Swiss cheese. This team is still struggling. We're 12-10-0. That's not great. That's not great. We're tied for first in our division, but that's because our division sucks. Up against the Anaheim Ducks here, who are 9-1-0 in their last 10 games. So it's going to be a hard game here. Game 23 of the season, and it's a 4-3 loss. Not a good look. Not a good look up against the Philadelphia Flyers here, who are doing pretty decent. Game 24 of the season. Big decisions to be made after this game. Let's see. 8-4 loss. Okay. That's not good. This team started out strong and immediately fell off a cliff. Immediately. I'm going to make some line changes here, and I'll see what I can do. Okay, and the new lines are a little jumbled up here. We have Slavkovsky now replacing Newhook on that top line left wing with Suzuki and Caulfield. Farrell moving to the left wing so Newhook can take center between Farrell and Joshua Waugh, which means that Kirby Dach has been knocked down to that third line with Seth Shelley and Jonathan Marshall. So now it's not because he's not doing well, it's because I want to kind of insulate Seth Shelley. He's struggling. I'm very, very tempted to send him to the minors and see what he can do in the AHL, but he's an 83 overall. It would be a shame to send him down. I think he needs to play with the big boys up in the big leagues. It's just really unfortunate because he's not gonna. I don't see him winning the Calder this season. Not with some of the other players that are running for it. It's unfortunate, but it's a rough way to start his rookie season with the team. Aside from that, I mean, we could put him here and do like Shelley, Newhook, Waugh. Maybe I will do that. We'll break that up actually. Put Shelley on the second line, but he did really rough last time, so I don't know what I'm expecting here. Defensively, I didn't really change much up. I didn't actually change anything up. I don't see a need to. Hudson's getting back down to earth. He's got 26 points in 24 games, so he's not slowing down offensively, but he's getting his defensive game a little in order. There is an identifiable problem here, and that's that Aiden Hill was doing good, and then he kind of slowed down a bit. Fleury isn't a playable goalie. 3 wins in 13 games, 860 save percentage, 4.46 goals against average. He's not a playable goalie. I can't run him anymore. He's 41 years old. I want to give him a shot. I want to keep him on the team. He's not a playable goalie. Caden Primo did better in his 4 starts than Fleury has in 13. So we're going to go with Primo here. I'm going to put him into the starting role here over Aiden Hill for the next few games just to give the team a little bit of a breather here. Hopefully we can get our stuff together. I don't like the way this is turning out. We're 12-12-0. We're now out of a wild card spot, out of a playoff spot in general. We're falling fast. We got to really get ourselves together. So here against Winnipeg Jets, we're going to slow sim this game here. They're really struggling to go this season, so maybe we can get a nice win here, get some confidence brewing in this team. Let's see. First period, and it's 1-1. Shots are 12-9 in favor of your Montreal Canadiens. Kyle Connor gets the first goal of the game for the Winnipeg Jets, and then Cole Caulfield responds, getting a goal on Capo Kakinen and tying the game up. Not too bad, not too bad. Second period, not too good. Connor notches another. Slavkovsky gets on the board, and then Ehlers responds, putting them back up 3-2. Shots are 28-23 for your Montreal Canadiens, but the score currently stands in favor of the Winnipeg Jets, 3-2. Third period. And we tied up Seth Shelley with a goal with only 3 seconds to go in the game. And it was the 38th shot of the game. So we tied up in shots and we tied it up in goals with that shot. So that's great. We are going into overtime here. Going to quick send this. And it's still scoreless. We've both had some shots that period, but the Winnipeg Jets ended up getting more shots, 42-40. Let's see how we do in this shootout. Just going to quick sim it. And the Jets come out with the win. It would have been Kyle Connor's third of the game if they counted shootout goals as part of the regular stats. Caden Primo did pretty good. He faced 40 shots. Like, that's impressive gameplay there. And now David Reinbacher is out till December 11th, so not too long, just about like a week or so. Not too good. I want to pick up more points, but I still don't like how much goals we're allowing. up against the Arizona Coyotes here. Let's see how we do. We're going to slow sim this one as well. See how the team responds. First period. And it's 1 apiece. A power play goal by Jonathan Marchessault, answered by Stefan Noesen, getting a goal for the Arizona Coyotes. Shots are 12-8 in favor of your Montreal Canadiens, but the score is 1 apiece. Second period. There we go. Newhook gets a goal. Waugh gets a goal. Janstrom Moser, or JJ Moser, gets a goal for the Arizona Coyotes, but then Farrell gets another, putting us back up by 2. Score is currently 4-2. Shots are 24-19 in favor of your Montreal Canadiens. Third and final period of the game. Let's get a quick sim this one. And we add on top of it Slavkovsky with another goal in back-to-back games. Genther adds for the Arizona Coyotes, but then Newhook adds for us again. Shots were 36-28 in favor of Montreal Canadiens, and the score finishes 6-3 in favor of your Montreal Canadiens as well. So that's a pretty good response, honestly. I know I might sound a little down, a little like pessimistic. My series haven't been going my way lately. It's been a little bit of a drain, especially since, like, you know, you want your teams to do well, but I know they will. We just got to find the right chemistry, the right group, you know. Up against the Minnesota Wild here, we're going to quick sim this one. It is game 27 of the season coming up. We're currently in a wildcard spot, but that really means nothing because we're just 1 game over 500. And if you count overtime losses as losses, we're 500 on the dot. So let's see, quick sim this against the Minnesota Wild. And it's a 5-4 win, so we're starting to add up. We're starting to get ahead here. We're starting to go. But last time I said that, we fell off a cliff. So not too much to say. Against the Philadelphia Flyers here, who are doing great. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10 games. Going to quick sim this one. Reinbacher is fully healed. So again, we just got those 2 wins there without one of our top defensemen. Actually, our highest rated defenseman. So Jordan Harris, how'd you do? 3 assists in 3 games. Hold up. That's pretty damn good. Hudson with 27 points in 28 games and a -10. Oh, fudge. And Barron is not playable. Okay, so Barron's coming out of the lineup. He was so good for us last season. He's not playable this season. It's freaking ridiculous what keeps happening with this team. I don't get it. And then Gooley and, of course, man, I don't know what happened. What, like, even Jack Guy's not happy. Why are you upset? You're on the top line. Why are you upset about your ice time? You goon? You're going back to that 3rd line now. That's what you get. We're going to go Gooley, Harris in the top pair, Hudson, Reinbacher on the 2nd pair, and then Jack-Eye, Forsling as the starting pair. I'm not putting Jack-Eye on the power play. I'm going to double on him on the penalty kill because he is one of our best defensive defensemen anyways, so might as well get him out as much as we can. If he doesn't fix his attitude, though, he's off the team. That's plain and simple what's going to happen. I got no problem moving him out. I don't want to, but I have no problem if I have to. Did I also show that okay, I thought for a second there, sorry, I thought for a second to show that Marchessault was an 83 overall. I was like, that can't happen. And then we did lose to the Flyers 8-2. So absolutely great gameplay from the team lately. Against the New Jersey Devils here, game 29 of the season. Newhook is now out with a mild concussion, so everyone's getting their head bounced, and we lose 5-2. So this team, I think we're done. This is really pathetic. Primo's going back to that backup spot. He can't stop a damn beach ball either. None of our goalies know how to play goalie, apparently. Harris is now -3 in the 1 game that he really played with Gooley. He did terrible. So what's happening? Are all of our defensemen snake bitten this season? What the heck is going on? I don't know what to think here. I don't know. We're going to put Forsling back in the top. What was that? Okay, Hudson, Forsling, Gooley, Reinbacher, Arbor, Jack-Eye, and Jordan Harris is the 3rd starting pair. Let's see if that does anything. Slavkovsky has been getting some goals, 12 goals in 29 games now, so he's starting to contribute on that top line. We're starting to get some offense out of that 2nd line as well. Shelley is still... Oh, and Bernard's not doing good. Nobody's doing good. Nobody. Not a single person. We're going to go Shelley, Farrell, Doc, Marchessault, Harvey Pinard, Waugh on that 3rd pair, Heineman, Evans, Yolanen on that 4th pair. And if things don't work, we might fire sale. We'll see. Against the New York Rangers here, game 30 of the season. Can we get a win? Quick sim this one. It's a 5-4 loss as well. There's no hope. There's like, what are we supposed to do when we can't continue getting wins? We're 4th in our division, but we shouldn't be. We have a negative record. We're under 500. We're not doing good. We're not. We're going to go through the next 10 games here. I want to end it here, but it's just, I want to end on more of a positive note. I want this team to get going. I don't want to fire the coach because the coach led us to a Vezina season last season. Or not a Vezina, a President's Trophy last season. But we're 2-7-1 through our last 10 games. If things don't change, we're going to make some changes. Against the Minnesota Wild here, game 31 of the season. Quick sim this one. Newhook is fully healed. I'm going to get him in the lines. I'll be back in a second. All right, Newhook's back in the lineup on the third line now, and we lose that game to the Minnesota Wild 3-2. So we are continuing to tank against the St. Louis Blues here. Let's see if we can beat them. Quick sim, game 32 of the season, and we do win 5-4. So we come out of that nasty losing streak. Hopefully we can keep things rolling here against Pittsburgh Penguins, game 33 of the season. What does our future tell us? We win 4-2. Okay, decent game there. We also have Jeff Petrie in the minors. We have to call him up. But we got a really strong Philadelphia Flyers team here. Can we continue this small little streak we got going? It's Boxing Day. Let's see. My wish for Christmas is to get some wins. Against the Flyers here, game 34 of the season. Marchessault is now out with it. Everyone's getting a freaking headache this season. All right, Marchessault's out. We win 5-2. What a good win there over a powerful team. I'm not making any trades right now. Against the Columbus Blue Jackets, game 35 of the season. We're currently just 2 points out of a wildcard spot from the Red Wings. Let's see. How do we do? No, I'm not making any trades. Against the Columbus Blue Jackets, we lose 4-0. Of course we do. Of course we do. I got my hopes up and we were shattered. Against the Detroit Red Wings, game 36 of the season. Forsling's now out with them. Everyone's getting a mild concussion. We win 6-2 over the Detroit Red Wings. Up against the Vancouver Canucks here. Let's see how we do. It's a 5-2 win. Okay, Marchessault is fully healed and ready to return. We got wins without him. I don't get it, but we did. We're going to put him back in the lineup here on that third line with Newhook, who's now got 29 points in 35 games, playing mostly on that second and third line. And then Waugh's got 25 and 37. We'll look at more of the stats as we get to game 40 or the halfway mark of the season. Ezra Rabbit is back. Oh, beautiful. I'd forgotten that he had gotten that almost season-ending injury. So Hensler is a 75 medium elite. We're going to get him on that top pair. Let's see. We never even took a look at what Rabbit is. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Ezra Rabbit, a medium elite defender. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I get so lost in everything we have to do for one of these episodes that I forget about the prospects we brought in. But Ezra Rabbit, just like Seth Shelley, is another mid-round, first-round steal for us. He's 78 overall, medium elite depth defender, defensive defenseman for our team with Logan Hensler. We still got Beaudin. We still got Struble, who's an 84. You know what? Maybe we make some line moves. Maybe we make some line moves and call up some rookies here. Even Mizak is an 82. He's pretty much ready. He's speedy as hell. Finley is an 80. That's not too bad. We also have Carrier down here. We have we have Gallagher down here. We have Almgren down here, who's a depth forward now. We got a lot of options. We got a lot of options. Let me think here on what I want to do. Or I don't really. There's no one to come out. There's no one to come out really. Defensively there is, but Hudson. Oh my God, Hudson's so damn good. Barron with 11 points in 29 games. He shouldn't be on that top pair. He's got to be on that top pair. We're gonna put Harris on the top pair and do Jack-High Barron on the third pair. Against the Edmonton Oilers here, game 38 of the season. It's an 8-3 loss. Okay, go figure. We start doing good and we fall off a cliff. Game 40 of the season, just before the halfway mark against the Seattle Kraken. Quick sim this game, and it's a 5-2 loss. Okay, so Gustav Forsling's back. Let me make some line changes. All right, Forsling's back in the lineup. Primo is back in the starter net because Hill is just not doing anything for us. Against the Vancouver Canucks here in game 40 of the season. Let's see how we do. It's a 2-0 win. Very good game for Primo. Let's see. Against the Chicago Blackhawks here, the halfway point of the season. We're going to sim this one because it's going to be the last game of this video. I don't want to really go much further because this team is just struggling and I want to get your guys' opinions on what to do. So, the Blackhawks already get a goal on us. First shot of the game goes in. Let's see. First period. They add another. Caulfield gets a power play goal to respond, but then Roslovic gets a goal for the Blackhawks. Shots are 7-5 in favor of your Montreal Canadiens, but the score currently stands 2-1 for the Blackhawks. Let's see. Second period. They add another goal by Jack Roslovic. Shots are 19-13 in favor of the Montreal Canadiens, but the score is 3-1 in favor of the Blackhawks. Can we tie it up here and keep our bit of a hot streak going? Third period. We almost tied it up, but Dumoulin made it 4-1. Seth Shelley makes it 4-2. Suzuki makes it 4-3, but we can't add another one in the last 10 minutes of the game. And shots end 30-26 in favor of Montreal Canadiens, but the score finishes 4-3 for the Blackhawks. So not a good look. Not a good look. That was the halfway mark of the season. We're 20-20-1. 6 points back of a divisional spot. How far back are we of a wildcard spot? We're only 4 points back. I don't know how we're still in a contending space halfway through the season. It doesn't make sense. I think you guys can understand. It doesn't make sense. Let's look at who is expiring and who we might be able to move on from if we're a losing team. Yeah, we did sign Slavkovsky to a 1-year contract. How's he doing now? 17 points or 17 goals, 8 assists, 25 points, 41 games. You know what? Let's take a look at how everyone's doing, and then we'll decide who might have to go. I'm a little jumbled up here. I'm a little panicked. It's crazy that this team is doing as rocky as they're doing. But again, Slavkovsky with 17 goals, 8 assists, 25 points in 41 games. Suzuki with 43 points in 39 games, still carrying the team pretty much. Caulfield's really dropped off. 106-point season, 62 goals. Now he's down to 22 goals in 41 games and 37 points. He's also a -11, so that top line. Caulfield's really struggling on that top line. Seth Shelley with 12 goals, 9 assists, 21 points in 41 games and a -14. Farrell with 22 points in 41 games. Kirby Dach with 25 points in 39 games. So that second line, garbage. Marchessault, he's decent. 27 points, 34 games. He's the only light really so far. New Hook here with 32 points, 39 games. He's also a good light. Wow, with 29 points in 41 games. That third line's doing great. Heineman with 10 points, 34 games. Evans with 12 points, 41 games. And Yolanin with 13 points in 41 games. So that fourth line's doing pretty good. I wish I could get Yolanin higher because he deserves to be higher. Unless I move out someone like Marchessault or even Slavkovsky, which I don't really want to move out Slavkovsky. I don't know. Defensively, Hudson with 39 points in 41 games and a -8. So he's putting up a lot of points. Forsling with 6 points in 38 games. Gooley with 15 points in 41 games and a -16. I don't know what to think. 13 points in 38 games for David Reinbacher. He should be putting up many more points than he's doing. 8 points in 41 games for Jack Eye, 89 penalty minutes, and then 6 points in 16 games for Jordan Harris. He's doing good. You know what? Can I put Jordan Harris up? Do Harris, Reinbacher, Hudson, Forsling, and then Gooley, Jack Eye as the third non-starting pair because they're just not good. Goalies, Primo with an 882 save percentage, 5 wins in 12 games. Hill with 12 wins in 24 games, 883 save percentage. And then, as we saw before, Barron is not a playable defenseman. Harvey Bernard, not a playable forward. And Marc-Andre Fleury is not a playable goaltender. We have 3 players in our depth roles that just can't play the role anymore. Let's see how we're doing in the AHL. Who's standing out? Ezra Rabbit with 1 goal in 5 games. Hensler with 15 points in 31 games as a defender is pretty damn good. We also have Petrie down here at 14 points, 27 games, and he's also pretty well-rounded. We have Struble down here, so we can make some internal changes. Then Jake Allen with 900 save percentage through all 31 games played, so we're going to put Jake Fowler in the starter for the next little bit in the minors. But, you know, I don't know what changes we make to the forward core. I think we're sellers. I don't want to fire the coach because I know what he's capable of. I'd rather bring in a team that he can play. But this is really unfortunate. If I take a look at our trade values, you guys can see them and see maybe who we should move off from. Caulfield and Suzuki are the top of the trade value. Slavkovsky is still pretty high up there, but his value is probably going to start dropping off a bit. Reinbacher should be higher, but he's not putting up points. Plain and simple. And then we have the rookies, Shelley, Rabbit, and Hensler. Waugh here as well. Waugh is now up to a medium elite. Okay, so he was a high top 6 forward. Now he's up to medium elite. I think Hudson will probably jump up to medium elite after the season as well. I'm hoping so. That would save me a lot of troubles. Caden Gooley. you know, we have a lot of young guys here. I mean, look at these top players here. None of them are over 27. So the closest one to it is Suzuki. After Suzuki and Caulfield, 21, 21, 20, 18, 19, 22, 24, 21, 23, 24, 24, 24. Then you get down here and Marchessault at 35, Forsling at 29, and we could start looking to move on from them. I mean, Forsling has this year and next under his contract still, but we could move on from Forsling at the trade deadline, call up Struble. We can maybe try to get Struble extended. We can try to move out from Marchessault, but what are teams really looking for in return for Marchessault? A second and third in Markstrom. Maybe that solves our goaltending issue. Neil Pionk, who we passed up on in free agency. Edmondson, yeah, there's nothing here. Nothing here. Forsling, I think it's going to be more of the same. More just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. Yeah, five offers. And maybe Eli Tolvanen and a pick. Nothing going crazy for me here. Maybe it'll change closer to the trade deadline. We'll see. But that's where this is going to end here. And then goalies, we got no valuable goalies. Dag and Vini, our rookies, are more valuable. Ahonen was a 48 overall, so he's really low there. Hill, man, I wish you were doing better. Same with you, Fleury. I wish you were doing better. I want to give you a chance to contend. I don't know a team that would want to take Fleury right now, though. Nobody. Yeah, this team is struggling. We have 4 NHL capable goalies, and currently one of them is playing in the AHL and doing great. That's the only one doing good. I think Primo is the best goalie we have right now in the NHL. That's my honest opinion. But you guys let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. What do you want to see? Who you want to see out the door? I'm open to anything. I don't necessarily know if we have to make some changes. It's very similar in my Leaf series right now. They got a little halted because of EA Voodoo. But at the same thing stands. You know, we have 20 some odd games until the trade deadline, and things can change. We can go 16-4 in our next 20 games, and now we're top of our division and crazy. We could drop off and go 4-16, and now we're bottom of our division, and we got to get rid of everyone, but the values are going to have plummeted because nobody's doing anything. This is going to be a very deciding next 20 games, and we'll deal with that in the next video. I'll probably also get the trade deadline done because I'll just be too angry. I'll be too angry. You know how passionate I get about these things. I'm not a Montreal Canadiens fan. I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. But this Montreal Canadiens team, this one right here, is my team. They are my team. In this reality, I woke up and bleed red, white, and blue for the Montreal Canadiens. I am a Hab. That's what I think. And I am pissed when this team struggles. I want everyone out the door when this team struggles. I want the top players on this team when this team struggles. And I want to praise this team when they do good. I want to say, Primo, you're a star. Aiden Hill was the best signing that I've made. I want to say, currently the best signing that I've made is Jonathan Marchessault. And I want to say, Marchessault re-signing him was a great decision. And so far, that's the only thing I can say. Because everyone else is struggling. And also, not giving a long-term $6+ million contract to Juraj Slafkovsky. Another great decision I made because he's not worth $6 million. I said that in the offseason. I did not think he was worth $6 million. He's not currently worth it. Maybe he's the big piece out the door and we bring in a left-handed defender, or maybe we just wait and see with what we currently have. That's been the motto for the last few seasons. We don't usually buy or sell at the trade deadline. We just waited and see. But let's see what happens. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. It only lets me know what type of content you want to see more of. You know, shameless self-plug. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends if you think they'll like NHL content. And if you have any ideas for any short-term one-off series, like one video series, such as trying to rebuild a team within 5 years or 3 years, or trying to rebuild every team in the NHL, or get a Stanley Cup with every team in the NHL, I'll do a one-off of those. That's no problem with me. You guys let me know. I'm not creative as much as I should be. I'm an artist, but I can't come up with simple ideas. If you guys have any ideas, because you're my audience and you guys are all awesome and you guys are perfect, if you guys have any ideas of what you want to see that you don't see from any other NHL content creators, let me know. Give me the scoop. Give me the scoop and I'll make it. I promise I'll make it. Thank you guys so much. Also, if you comment something, I reply to every one of my comments. I like and reply to every one of them. You guys are all awesome. You guys have made this journey so much fun so far. It's only a month in, and I've already blown away what my old channel did. And my old channel wasn't that great. But the views are great. The support is great. You guys are all awesome. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video.